What is happening there and why? Let us ask the question to someone who, I hope, knows better than us. Mark Babot, military expert, Lieutenant Colonel of the General Staff of the Israeli Defense Forces in Reserve, is with us this night. Hello, Mark.
Good evening, even if it's not so politically correct to say today, good evening.
My first question, why? Why did Hamas start this war, right now, without any provocation from Israel? I know the half of the answer, but why? What's the reason is that the consequences should and will be dire to them, or they are not afraid of it at all?
The question why and how it occurred that Israeli security system collapsed in all four levels, those questions will be answered only after the victory ending the war. Because we don't know really why now. All political circumstances were that they shouldn't attack. But sometimes when you are dealing with those creatures, you cannot even imagine yourself what they can do. And maybe one of the explanations is the fanatical radicalism of Sunni, very Hamas ideology,
right,
that said that is saying always that in the worst case, Allah will come and save them from Israel because Allah must help them. And because they have no idea of right of Jewish people or Israel as a country to survive, they can start this war every minute.
Okay, well, I would love to see how Allah would come and help Israelis. I would love to see their faces then. I hear that people speaking now and then in the corridors of power that could Israeli intelligence have really failed to see that Hamas was preparing an invasion? Do you think this is the case?
Yes, I think that Israel failed in all four levels: tactical, techno-tactical, operational, and strategic levels, even in political. And those questions will be investigation after the war. It will be a committee of a government committee, exactly as it was after the Yom Kippur War in '73. So the answers will come sooner or later. But now we are in a full-size war. All our army is mobilized, and we have no other choice only to win, because on this part of land there is no place for Hamas and Israel together after the 7th of October. Because what they have done, it's you cannot explain it in logical human mind explanations. All was before, it's not relevant.
I understand you. Thank you so very much for your answer. My next question was, is it possible to consider the scenario that someone turned a blind eye inside the Israeli intelligence? But you already answered that everything will come after the victory of Israel and after the investigation of what really happened. But for now, Israel must win, and I'm absolutely sure Israel will win. So is there, my next question, is there a real solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? And in what perspective? Israel wins. What's next?
It's a very good question, because the political situation after the war will be that there is no Hamas, no weapon, no armed people in Gaza. It's not only Hamas, it's some parts of ISIS and the Islamic Jihad and other terrorist organizations. Nowadays, Hamas, it's not only a terrorist organization, it's really part of the terrorist state, exactly like it was in the Assassin state in Lebanon in the Middle Ages. So after that, all armed persons in Gaza Strip will be disarmed. We will speak about, many solutions can be imagined, like full autonomy in Egypt, or international government, or back of Palestinian authority from Judea and Samaria, West Bank. So, in 2014, they killed almost 300 Palestinian Authority officials. Why then the world, the democratic, so-called enlightened world didn't see it?
The genocide, right? Putin flirts with Hamas openly and supports for Palestinian helping, at least the rhetoric of this is that way. So Putin's position, is it really helping him? What is he doing? The global realignment against the West alongside countries like China and Iran. What is the plan? He probably understands what he is. So I'm asking you, what do you think? What Israel maybe is thinking, or what a military man thinks of what is Putin doing?
Let's start from the beginning. There is a war between Gaza terrorist state and Israel, full-scale war. And then the war was, I don't know if it was planned by Hezbollah and Iran, but it was, of course, informed and coordinated. So we know that Iran and the Islamic Guards of the revolution were informed by Hamas about the war, because Hamas and the Islamic Jihad, they fully founded by Iran. So if Iran knows, I am sure that Russian security organizations know also, because they are nowadays the best friends in the world and even military partners. So I don't know if we have signs of Russian, planning or intervention in this conflict, but of course Iran, yes. And even on informational level, it is clear that they knew about the war. It's clear nowadays to many. I think that after the war, Israeli intelligence organizations will bring the answers. Who knows, where knows, and why, and so on. So nowadays it's, too far away from Israel.
Indeed,
but one thing we want to say, that this war brought us and Ukraine in the same condition against the acts of evil. Nowadays it's North Korea and Iran and Russia and Syria maybe, and all other states that support the brutal aggression of Russia against Ukraine.
After Israel wins, would a new Israel want to hold any relationships to the Kremlin that openly supported Hamas?
I hope that not. And even a lot of Jewish people in Russia will not stop us for, beginning new era or old era of Israeli-Russian relationships, right. Because the relationships are like Soviet Union. The signs of KGB and right. Signs of old Soviet politics against Israel are still existing in the Russian establishment.
Dear Mr. Babot, Mark, thank you so very much for your explanations and for your military and human expertise and for your time. It was a lovely conversation. Hope to have you soon, and stay safe, please. I wish victory, nothing else but victory to Israel.
So I wish I'm speaking in many Ukrainian channels. So I really believe in the victory of Ukraine.
We are not Ukrainian television,
I
but
know,
I
I
have a
know,
lot of
I
friends
know,
in
but
Ukrainian
it's
state
the same
television.
side of the conflict.
Right, okay, thank you.
The light against the night.
Thank you so very much. Very nicely put, sir. Thank you. Goodbye.